I began my Naruto journey a little over 2 years ago. This officially makes the Naruto review series the longest one I've done on my channel, if you don't count me waiting for new chapters of Vinland Saga to come out. And with that, it has also been the most difficult one for me to accomplish. Now in that time period, I have had a lot of changes in my life, but I'm not going to use that as an excuse as to why it's taken so long to get through Naruto. Because Naruto itself is a very complicated series. There's a lot of intricate themes, a lot of nostalgia attached to it. So like, it was definitely one where I took my time and wanted to really make sure I absorbed everything, kind of simmered on some of the things I watched, and wanted to put my best foot forward in presenting some videos for you guys. And now after all of this time, we have finally reached the end. I have watched the 500th episode of Naruto Shippuden. I have read the 700th chapter of the manga, and yes, I did watch Naruto the last. So I've done all this. I'm here to give you guys my thoughts, and I have many of them. So allow me to have a little bit of your time, and I'll talk about the good and the bad about the final stretch of Naruto. And like I often like to do, let's begin by going over some of the things that I did enjoy about these episodes. Now the big conflict of this arc is of course the fight with Kaguya, Naruto, and Sasuke. And I have a lot of thoughts on Kaguya, but I'm going to save some of those for later. I did enjoy this fight against Kaguya. It was pretty bombastic. It was cool to see Naruto and Sasuke kind of going all out with some of their most powerful attacks against this godlike being, and just kind of getting to enjoy what they're able to accomplish after the journey that we've been on. And then Kaguya herself, she presents a set of abilities that despite how insane Naruto has gotten, she has a set of abilities that we still haven't really gotten to see in this series so far, with her like opening up different dimensions and using these portals to kind of like get sneak attacks in. Like, it was all really cool stuff. But kind of like going back to like the teamwork aspect that Naruto and Sasuke had, it really did bring me back to the humble days of when like the two of them had to work together to take on characters like Zabuza or Orochimaru. So like, it was just kind of like giving me those happy tingly feelings. But for as good as that fight was, the one that came afterwards was even better. I don't think it'd be a controversial opinion. Well, maybe it will be, but let me know if it is. But the final fight between Naruto and Sasuke is one of the absolute best in the entire series. I really enjoyed the way it kind of like built up throughout the course of the fight. Like, it started off very quiet, them not really talking a whole lot, just using the most basic of moves, some simple taijutsu, moving into some more advanced ninjutsu, and eventually it builds up to the point where they're both going all out against each other with their ultimate moves. Like, in a lot of ways, it was kind of like a little microcosm of the progression that we have gone on over the course of these past like 700, 800 episodes, whatever it has been. And then of course we get a nice little touching moment there at the end with the fight more or less ending as a tie. But Sasuke does ultimately decide he's going to set aside his differences and just appreciate the fact that he still has Naruto, his best friend. And then one last thing I want to talk about, and the stuff I really liked, I actually did enjoy the set of episodes we got at the end where it's building up to the wedding between Naruto and Hinata. Just seeing the gang get back together, and like even Iruka kind of getting some stuff to do with them, like going around the village trying to figure out, what kind of gifts to get for them. It was just really fun. And like, normally I'm not a fan of I guess I'll say like non-canon material, since this is stuff that did not happen in the manga. But like, I thought it was just like a really fun and entertaining way for the series to wrap up. Especially with Iruka having this moment where he kind of embraces being a father-like figure to Naruto, since obviously Minato is not around. So I thought that was a really great moment that brought us all the way back to the very beginning. Now, unfortunately, that is the last of the good stuff I had. Let's get into some more negatives. So let's get the obvious one out of the way. If you have seen Naruto, you probably saw this one coming a mile away, but the way that Madara gets dealt with is pretty unsatisfying. Now, like, I don't necessarily hate this idea that he gets used as a conduit for the rebirth of Kaguya, and I don't necessarily hate the idea of Kaguya existing and being the ultimate force of evil that they have to deal with, but like, I don't know, it just felt like the introduction of Kaguya, while there was some tidbits here and there, felt a little fast, especially with Black Zetsu being the one that kind of swoops in and like takes out Madara so that Kaguya can be rebirthed. It's just, I don't know, I just feel like there could have been another way to go about that. Now, while I said like I don't really hate the idea of Kaguya becoming the ultimate final obstacle, you can't deny that Madara was just such a charismatic character. He had all of this built up from the very beginning of like part 1. He was the ultimate like antithesis, like the corrupted version of the ninja that Naruto was starting to fight against. So like the fact that Kaguya swooped in and kind of took a lot of the momentum and like knocked it out, I already said, it was just not very satisfying. And then next up is another complaint I've had over some of my previous videos, but like, there's a lot of flashbacks. And I need to reiterate, like, I don't necessarily hate flashbacks, but like, the amount that they're used here, and the fact that we just keep seeing the same scenes repeated over and over and over again, it really dragged. It really made getting through these final episodes a lot more of a pain than it should have been. Especially because like we got some Obito flashbacks, we got some Itachi, I think there was even like a Kakashi one in there somewhere. Like these are characters I don't mind seeing their backstories, but like we've already seen them multiple times. We don't need to see them again. Some instances I kind of understand, especially since we do get the end of Obito here, but like to kind of go into another tangent, like they try. I think this is when I also already complained about, like they try so hard to redeem Obito and like to make you like him, and it's like sorry, you know, he kind of like murdered hundreds if not thousands of people, especially friends of Naruto and some of our other characters. It's like I feel like that I don't care if you then like undo it in a way. It's like you still did the thing. Like sorry I tried to commit a genocide. Okay, and speaking of repetition, a lot of repetition in these complaints. Oh boy, our girl Sakura. Again, in concept, having this big Team 7 smackdown of Kaguya at the end, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, I like that idea. The problem is there's just been no build up for Sakura to have the power that she is. Like Naruto and Sasuke literally had to get given powers from a god in order to compete with Kaguya, and then Sakura just shows up and it's like, yeah, bam, let me just smack you on the head and almost deal like the most physical damage out of anybody there. It was, I don't know, it's just weird. It felt like a moment that was not earned. Now, before I actually got to the end of Naruto, I was recommended to check out Naruto the Last Movie, so I did that. Honestly, pretty okay movie overall. Like, I don't regret watching it, but I do have to, and this hurts me because I have been a big Hinata stan since the beginning, but like I really feel like they tried so hard throughout that movie to like get you to buy the relationship between Naruto and Hinata, and again, I did not like the way that was handled. It just felt like Naruto was kind of his oblivious self. He didn't really pay much attention to Hinata. He was like, oh yeah, Hinata's my friend. Everything's great. We all enjoy each other's company. And then like he gets shown like a flashback or like kind of like Ghost of Christmas Past type of scenario where he sees Hinata write his name on the sheet of paper and he's like, oh my god, I had no idea. This changes everything. And it's so frustrating too, because like I don't hate them being a couple. I just feel like I'm not sure how I would have liked to have been handled. I just don't feel like this was the best way to do it either. Okay, well, let me get the one last complaint. It's a little bit about the structure of the end. I do like having the wedding. That's great. I then decided to go over to the manga and see, okay, how was the final like the 1 or 2 chapters of the manga, and it goes straight from the end of the Naruto and Sasuke fight into a time skip, and it's like, bam, they're already married, we got Boruto, we got the other kids, Naruto's Hokage, the end. And I'm like, okay, I think that's a good ending. I especially because, and I think this is very important, we get to see Naruto be the Hokage. The anime doesn't do that. I was kind of in shock when I realized the anime never shows us Naruto becoming the Hokage. You have to go watch Boruto to see that stuff. And I'm like, why? I guess they might have been planning on doing Boruto, but like, you mean to tell me you didn't adapt that final chapter of the manga into the actual Naruto anime at all? Like that left a bit of a bad taste in my mouth. I suppose I should kind of wrap up my overall feelings on Naruto and kind of give you my final verdict. Throughout this journey, there have been many moments I have enjoyed, but unfortunately there have been an even greater number of like writing decisions or moments that have kind of detracted from the overall experience. This is what makes Naruto such a frustrating series to see, because like I see the glimpses, I see the concepts, fantastic, incredible. I totally see how people can watch or read this and be inspired to find, like, to make improvements to their own life through the lessons that Naruto has. That's great. But then like as I'm watching, I'm like, oh man, there's some like really, really dumb or baffling things done throughout that, like, even as far as like the anime or manga standard go, feel like they're really stretching the believability of some of these things. So after thinking about it for honestly quite a long time, like, to Naruto's credit, it's definitely a series that has really just made me sit and ponder on a lot of the themes and ideas. But like the conclusion I end up coming up with is that Naruto, it's just not a series for me.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
I know I should have probably came to that conclusion many videos ago, but I was committed at that point, right? The sunk cost fallacy. But I do want to say though, like, I don't regret going through Naruto. Like I said, there were still moments I really enjoyed, and I think because of the impact Naruto has on the like the anime pulp culture or just the fandoms of other anime series and manga, like, I feel like it was really important for me to get into the trenches, really understand it, come up with my own opinion, so I can like totally understand the references and kind of get the comparisons that people make when they're describing other series. So like, while I would admit Naruto it's probably not for me, it's not my jam, I totally understand why people like it. I respect that. No foul there. More power to you guys. I'm honestly, I'm kind of jealous. I wish I could have gotten to the end of Naruto and been like, yeah, this is incredible. This is going to be one of my new favorite things. And it just unfortunately was not that. With that said though, I do still want to try out Boruto at some points, although like I've definitely heard a lot of mixed things. I know some people really enjoy it, some people absolutely hate it. If I do get around to Boruto in the future, it is going to be through the manga. I'm not gonna do the anime. I'm gonna read the manga. But that's gonna be a ways out. Like, I got a bunch of other stuff I want to get to first. So with that being said, like, looking at the future of the channel, I'm hoping that now that I've gotten this thing out of the way, I'm able to kind of like refocus and kind of get back to just churning stuff out, especially if it's stuff that I'm like really psyched to talk about. There have been times to here and there where like I'm really trying to focus on the Naruto videos and I've had to like stop what I'm doing. Let me go make a video on something that I've actually been like really enjoying. So hopefully there's more of that in the future. And I suppose before I sign out, I should give you guys a little teaser for what the next thing is. Now, I'm not going to commit to a big long thing. Like the series I am gonna check out next is longer, but like I'm not gonna be like, we're getting to the end, all right. I'm gonna dip my toes in the water. We're gonna see how it is, and if I continue to enjoy it, I'll keep doing videos on it. If not, I'll probably dip out after a while. But I made a promise a long time ago to some people that I was gonna check out Kingdom. I think the time is now. I think we're finally gonna go wade into the waters of Kingdom, check out a few chapters, maybe the first arc, and we'll see what happens. And that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I didn't piss off. If you're a Naruto fan, I hope I didn't piss you off. For all the people that did make it to this point in the video, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, checking out Kingdom next. I'm going to continue doing the One Piece streams when there's new chapters. And yeah, I don't really know what else I'm going to be doing beyond that. I don't really want to like commit to something and then have my feelings on that change. So I'll just be playing things by ear. Like I said, if things come up that I'm enjoying and I want to talk about, we'll talk about it. But until the next video, guys, I've been Loon and Kyle, signing off. Peace.